What's up, YouTube? It's Boy King Say so. I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you always watch the full video.
What's poppin', y'all? I think this title is very fitting because I have never, ever in life seen a streamer get more hate translated to real life when we're talking about the ratio of audience viewership to level of hate. This proportion, this ratio is the highest ever on LTG. Like, the level of hate that he gets is indescribable, frankly. And he decided to call out Cenat sub. Well, I think someone mentioned the million sub mark that Cenat was able to hit during the Mafiathon 3, that is. And he had his own take on it that I think is interesting and we should dive into a little bit.
Once it starts feeling manufactured and lose its authenticity, how can you take it serious? When you have the entire help of the industry, sponsors, big giant production, celebs, of course you're going to hit it. It's manufactured so you could do it. On top of that, specifically on his stream, it was 25% off of subs you actually could get for less. And that was the only person's chat that had it. When you have a machine behind you, anything's possible, bro.
I don't agree with that about it's like, I mean, it does work. This think about it. Like, just say if you open up a restaurant, right, and you promote it everywhere, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna automatically work because think about it. There has been thousands, millions of companies that have started something, promoted it to the max, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's just when for Kai, when he gets promoted and then you go look, it's something interesting that makes you want to support or that makes you want to continue to watch. So it's like you can't head on that. Even if he has a machine behind him, he had to grind until he got to that point. It's not like this is somebody who popped up out of nowhere, um, with a million subscriber channel, and then they're getting a million views every single video out of nowhere. Like people actually seen him grind from nothing to something. So even if he does have like we all see that he has a production team behind him, with him. But think about it, he has to pay for that, and how did he pay for that? By grinding to the position that he's in. He's in a position that he's in because he gets it's support, bro. Like for him, if you got supported the way that Kai gets supported, you would be you wouldn't even be thinking you wouldn't be making this whatever content or subject that made him go into this. You wouldn't even be on it because you wouldn't care.
Just when it started getting close, it was like 7 something, and then all of a sudden just inflate. It's just not real. So it's like it's fake. R2D2, this manufactured. It's not even me.
Nigga, he had what's name, um, Snoop by. He spent like $50,000, bro, on subs. You got to think about it. You got all these people watching, and then if he paid for it, that now they're subscribed because somebody else paid for it. I be watching sometimes. I'm not subscribed, but if I was watching and then somebody paid for it, I'm subscribed now. That happened to me recently. I was watching somebody's channel. Somebody gifted me a free sub. Thank you. Like that's the thing about Twitch. Twitch, like that's what draw me to it because Twitch is supportive. Like it's majorly supportive. The fact that you can go, just say like him, it can be him. Just say if he's streaming, he has 10,000 people watching. He can take those 10,000 people and raid somebody's other channel who has one viewer. Like that is really tight. That somebody did that for me. I was on stream. Somebody said, "Hey, let's get you from 90 to 100," and rated me. Thank you. Like, bro, like that's the thing about Twitch. So I'm like, for him hating, it's crazy, bro. Like when you see how easy, like Twitch is a majorly supportive platform. That's why I think that's why you can probably get banned that easy. Because, hey, if we're showing you all this free love, or you can get all this free love and support from all these different people, don't do that, to mess it up. So that's why people get banned, like, so easily.
Hating is just, it is disingenuous. It's not a real sub goal. A real record wasn't hit. It was already pre-planned. I'm pretty sure they already had it on a blueprint board. Like, okay, you're going to drop this here. This person's going to drop that there on this day. We're going to make sure that it's real close. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's real close. So we want to make it seem realistic. We don't want you to hit it too quick. Then on that day, we're going to have eBay drop that. Snoop's going to drop a $250,000, but that's going to be backed by such and such. Then such and such is going to drop. Bro, it's manufactured. Yeah, exactly. If you're a regular person, why give? Let's just say if you're a regular person that dropped 50, you're a peon, you're a bot, you're a type 0 civilization. Like, human beings are just such an idiot species. Social media 100% is not real either. Clout can be bought, numbers can be bought, everything can be inflated. I know it seems like I'd be like salty about it, or I'm quote unquote hating. Nah, I just know everything's fake. I know the internet's fake. This is the
numbers can for sure be bought. That's why I be saying, like, even when it comes like to music artists, that's what they look at. They look at the numbers. They don't look at the talent, because as long as you have a good engagement, they want to support that. Talent don't really matter, like, to most extent. But again, for Kai, again, that amount of people has been watching for him to hit that. Like, you can't get the sub to somebody that's not watching.
last place on Twitch that is authentic. Everybody else is, they're backed by somebody, they're in an org, there's a machine behind them, something.
So, of course, at the end there, you can kind of dismiss that part, because he's referring to himself, where he's just saying, like, this is the realest place. Now, he is correct in that he doesn't have an org, he doesn't have a machine, he is quite hated, he's banned on YouTube. Part of that was because I think the circumvention rule. He was previously banned on Twitch. This guy, when it comes to one thing that I do have a lot of respect for, even with people that I may disagree with entirely, is the ability to persist. Like, people that have been banned, like, for example, like Sneeko, getting banned on damn near every platform and just persisting and then coming back and getting unbanned and still being in the public consciousness, especially if that's your goal, to be in the public consciousness. That is so impressive. That takes so much resilience. And LTG is an example of somebody that's also done that, where this guy was streaming on, I don't even remember the site. It was some green site, and it was not Kick. This was before Kick even came out. So he was banned on Twitch, he was banned on YouTube, and he was streaming on there. So it just goes to show this guy's quite resilient. So I do have to give him credit for that. However, when he talks about the part where, like, hey, this was just corporate and this was set up, we can't disagree. Like, there are people that tried to disagree and say that he was hating. Like, there was a reply on the tweet that said, machine or not, his content is better than everybody else's. So if he does have a machine behind him, he's earned it through hard work and sheer creativity. Has he, though? Does he have the best content? I feel like that's a subjective term.
Everybody has their own taste of preference in content. That gotta say that. If that person feel like that, I feel like content is great too. I ain't gonna say it's a greatest. It's greater than everybody else's, but it is great. So again, in order to gift that subs, that person had to be watching. If they're watching, you can gift a sub. You can't gift a sub to somebody that's not watching. So for him to hit the sub goal, the amount of people was watching, bro. A lot of us watch, but don't subscribe because we don't want to pay. Like, bro, like, quite sure I'm not the only one, bro. Once you get hit with 5 or 6 ads, I'll be back. I exit the app, I'll come back.
Especially when you take it to the level of where Cenat is. Like, Cenat, Speed, Aiden Ross. Like, Aiden Ross is putting on fighting events, right? Aiden Ross has put on a bunch of different events. Speed is going to multiple different countries, just spawning in there like a character from some RPG game. And
look how many times he hit a new sub goal on YouTube. Like, he 20 million. Like, come on, bro. But it's not inflated. It's not a machine. It's not that. It's not like, for him. I don't, for the dude RTG whatever. I don't watch his content, but I do see him like clips on Twitter or whatever, and it always be some hating. He was hating on DDG for what he hit. I forgot what sub goal he was reaching for, and he hit it, and he'll always, it's fake, and it was paid for. Like he if you Biden and like come on, bro, like bro, like why you can't just either I don't know. It's like it is everything is content, so therefore if it's on the internet you can speak on it. But it's like something it's like if it I don't know if it's gonna make you sound like a hater, I wouldn't do it, bro. I'm done. I'm not hating on nobody, bro. I look at other people's accomplishments as motivation. If you can do it, I can do it. It might take me a little bit longer, but it's possible.
Or open world game, and he's just interacting with people. And I think he would absolutely love if he could just interact with people without having massive crowds around him. That's a different type of content. And then the tour that he
And then that Speed is outside, which he don't have to be, but he's outside. Kai is in his room. He's doing the same thing. You meet up with people and you're getting your content, but you're doing it outside. So you gotta be around all these massive amount of people. If Kai steps outside and go walk down Hollywood Boulevard, come on, bro.
did, and then you've got Kai Cenat doing content with celebrities, which Speed is also doing. You've got
Same thing.
a bunch of different types of content, and I wouldn't say one is better than the other,
It depends on
especially
what
to
you
have
like.
the sub count that he has, which is 10 times most other people,
Yeah.
like those peers that I'm talking about included. Granted, Aiden Ross does not stream on Twitch very often, but the point is not that Kai Cenat didn't earn his position, didn't earn his viewership, didn't earn corporate sponsors. The point is that the million subs is inflated. Like, for example, when Jay-Z sold a million, was it a million that he sold with the album had F With Me, You Know I Got It. It was Magna Carta Holy Grail. And this album was certified platinum the day of its release. And keep in mind, it was certified platinum the day of its release, not like Cardi B. Cardi B was certified platinum the day of her release because she had WAP on the project. And WAP is like a multi-platinum song from 2020. So it was able to accumulate
anticipation, especially when it comes to albums where you can pre-order it. That's how it can be platinum, like just like that, or something can be sold out just like that. Pre-orders, people pre-saved it. Like when Diddy does that, well, most of when he used to, he promoted an album, mixtape, whatever that's going to come out. Pre-save it. So therefore, when it drops, it's automatic.
All of those streams between 2020 and 2025 when she dropped her album Am I the Drama, so she could just certify it platinum. A similar thing was done by French Montana when he put Unforgettable on an album, and he said the album went gold in 2 days. That's because it had Unforgettable on it. So that's not even the case with Jay-Z. That's why what Jay-Z did is even more egregious. And platinum is 1 million records sold within the United States. The reason why it went 1 million sold in the United States is because, and on day one, is because Jay-Z had a deal with Samsung prior to the album's release where they agreed to purchase 1 million copies of the album to offer users of Samsung for free. So it sold 528,000 copies first week.
It's the same thing. 1 million people was gonna buy it. It's like they bought it for them. Instead of us charging it our people for it, we gonna buy it for it. Were they wrong for that? That's support, bro. Again, people gotta look at like in anything in life. In order for us to do the thing that we want to do, we gotta get support. That is support. Again, for him, he worked himself off the block in order to get to the position for us, the Sony to even think and to look at him like, yeah, you're worth putting this money in, you're worth giving this support to. Like, it ain't like they bought it and then sent it to a million phones that nobody was using. Nobody was even for to listen to it. It went to people who listen to the music.
And this was his 13th number one. So he continuously kept going number one. And this was just, hey, it's quite whack, to be honest. It had a 76% drop in sales, by the way, because it dropped the second week to 129,000. So you go from selling like 500 something thousand to 129,000. Now you're probably saying like, wait, why didn't it sell 1 million? Well, because it was provided to Samsung customers. And I think it's because Samsung also had some sort of a deal with Tidal. So this is exactly what Kai Cenat did. And that's what LTG is accusing him of. And he's correct. Because if we look at Kai Cenat's VODs, right, on day 25, which is out of 30 days, because there are only 30 days in September, on day 25, Kai Cenat had under 750,000 subscribers on Twitch. Now, a subscriber, you have to pay money or you can use Twitch Prime. People are able to gift subs, which means like if I pay $25, he gets 5 subs and 5 random people in the chat get a subscriber badge and the subscriber perks that come with that. So at that pace, if he wanted to hit a mil, he would have needed 500 by day 15 and he would have needed 750 by day 20. So he was late. Because if you think about it, right, like 250 every 7 or so days. So at 21 days, he would have had to be at 750 or so. He was at day 25, and he wasn't even at 750K yet. And then even when you go to day 27, he suddenly hit 1 million. So in 2 days, he gains over 250,000 subs. When he would,
and I think it was because what Ray J did. Because when Ray J came, he started pushing like, why ain't nobody supporting the homie? That was his first statement. He said, why ain't nobody supporting the homie? Y'all come onto his stream and y'all ain't gifting no subs. He started gifting. He gifted some sub. Then the celebrity that came on started doing it too. That's why at the end, Snoop spit that big check. So I don't know. For me, I feel like if it was just based on like, I don't know, like, because the fact that you need, in order for somebody to the sub thing to work, somebody had to been watching, so therefore that money was paid for an actual person. I don't know, because Twitch already cracked down on the little fake little thing. You know, like you can't have fake things watching, like the view button thing. I think Twitch already cracked down on that to the point where that's not possible. Like it has to be an actual person watching the video. So based on that, if they really doing that, I don't know.
Stalling at around 700,000 for days. Come on, man. And that's when Snoop Dogg came in and dropped 50,000 subs, which is about $250,000. Which shout out to Snoop Dogg for that. And then you've got, of course, like Valorant matching subs that month in particular. I think that was quite lucky for Kai. And that's something that I'm interested in knowing if he planned that ahead of time. Because Valorant was the #1 gifted sub in his chat. And the reason for that is because for every time someone gifted 5 subs across all of Twitch users in the month of September, Valorant, the game by Riot, they would gift 1 sub. So every time someone gifted 5, they would gift 1. Someone gifted 10, they would gift 2. So they ended up being the biggest gifter for Kai Cenat, even bigger than Snoop Dogg. So had he not had Valorant that month, he wouldn't have hit it. But this is the thing. Probably. I think he would have hit it. I think Kai Cenat had contingencies in place. I don't think there was a way for him to not hit 1 million subs. And I think that's partially because, and this is me theorizing here. This is completely conspiracy theory. This is not me saying I have any evidence. Because usually I have evidence of things or I have heard them from reliable sources. And I'll hit you with the just trust me, bro. I'm not hitting you with the just trust me, bro here. I'm just being honest. This is a theory. My theory is that there were obviously corporate sponsors. You saw Nike sponsored the workout segment. It's all Nike in a house, all Nike workout equipment. You saw that Crocs, he was handing out Crocs to people. You saw that the PC company, he was giving out a PC every day. All of these are sponsors.
Yeah.
So what I think Kai Cenat did is he's like, hey, look, this is how much I'm going to get paid for this sponsor. I want to be, if I'm not close enough to my goal, I want to be able to press a button and you just donate that amount to me as gifted subscriptions so I can hit my goal. And that's what I believe happened because you had like Crocs, Bose, eBay, etc. come in on the latter half in the last couple of days to gift massive amounts. So there was like 5,000, 10,000. etc. Because to get a million, and this is with gifted subs, back in the day, because people are trying to compare it to Ninja, back in Ninja's day, there was no gifted sub. So you had to have unique subscribers, which means that every single person had to sub on their own. Someone could not give somebody else a sub. I don't know when that feature was introduced. I think it may have been around 2019 or so. Or 2018. I just don't remember, because I remember I was paying attention to what Ninja was doing at the time, and I don't remember there being gifted subscriptions when he was running it up like that. Now Prime, I think Prime was recently released, Amazon Prime and Twitch, which allowed you to subscribe for free. Or actually 2016 I think is when Prime, oh, we're not going to go year by year. That's not the point. So we're going to circle back to the Kai Cenat point. LTG is correct here. And a separate reply said, I feel what he's saying, but you also have to get to a certain place organically for the machine to have an upside to backing you. Kind of a lame argument, in my opinion. Now, there is a point here. However, some people may say that Kai Cenat got a huge look from being on AMP that already had a ton of motion, whether that was...
Like, there's a person who started a channel and they already got a gold plaque or the diamond plaque. Matter of fact, they already got over a million subscribers on YouTube off like a few videos that somehow had all these massive amount of views on them. And this person is very, 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 very famous. That's a plant because you don't even really do YouTube. Like people have to grind for months, years to even get 1,000. So for this person, just come on, bro. That's a plant. When you see somebody work from nothing to something, these type of videos shouldn't even exist. Him saying that shit, like, bro, he had to work to get that. Maybe if you got more, whatever region that he keep getting, that he's banned on certain platforms, if he wasn't doing them things, you would have these same sponsors, and then you would be getting whatever Kai's getting, or whatever the next person's getting, because you're obviously you're dimming your own light. Because how are you getting banned? What are you doing?
Phantom and
Like,
Duke was already on there, who's a huge
YouTuber,
YouTuber, and Agent. And these guys were already streaming, doing their thing. But we have to be completely fair here. Kai Cenat was a huge YouTuber by the time he got on AMP. He was not a big streamer whatsoever. And the idea that, oh yeah, like being a huge YouTuber translates to streaming, not really. No, it does not.
No,
because Kai Cenat started off with maybe like 1,000 viewers. He was averaging 1,000 to 2,000, perhaps even less, for quite a while. And he was hitting up Aiden Ross, who was him at that time, getting 100,000 plus regularly. And I'll give you another example is Canel Joseph. He has several million subscribers on YouTube on one channel and maybe 500,000 or more on another channel, and he's been streaming for years. Now, not as consistently throughout the years, but I've known him to be streaming for at least 3+ years, and he averages less than 1,000 viewers. So anywhere from 500 to 800. So if you're saying, oh, this person had a lot of subs, that's why they were easily able to translate it to streaming, it does not work like that anymore. Maybe it worked like that 10 years ago, or even hell, 8 years ago, but when Kai Cenat got into this, it was not working like that. The times had changed. Then you have another reply saying something like right message, wrong messenger. I personally just think the message is the most important thing. So I'm not too interested in the messenger, because LTG is right in the sense that he doesn't have a machine. Now, has he behaved in a way for a machine to want to pick him up? That's a different story. I mean, even Aiden Ross, who's done a lot less things that can be perceived as offensive than LTG, is not getting corporate sponsors like that. Neon has been...
I'm in there right there, y'all.